What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to ISW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to Hua Chenyu, Why Nobody Fights. This was requested by Rosa as one of her monthly requests included in my Patreon membership. Thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means a lot to me. She said that here we have Hua with the song he composed and proudly says he wrote the lyrics as well. Notice how much he says in just one sentence. I don't know what that means yet. I'll be looking out for that one sentence and see if I can catch what you mean. I'm very excited for this. If you want to be like Rosa and support me and my channel, you can request the song on my Buy Me Coffee page, or you can check out my Patreon where you can find some exclusive content, full concert reactions like this one. You get requests included monthly and some other things. The links are in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it.
感谢，也谢谢你们这5年来还在我的国。接下来这首歌是我最期待的一首歌，是我专门为演唱会写的歌，是我出道以来我发的第一首歌，也是我自己亲自写的，唯一的一首不仅仅是作曲还作词的歌。虽然只有1句歌词。
Okay. That's probably what Rosa meant.
你们只能夸我
One sentence.
我当然很棒啊，我知道啊。那我昨天已经听了你们唱了一次，从我这个视角看，完美，真的非常的震撼。你们也非常的美。今天有很多新来的朋友。 让我好好的看看你们。
He just improvised that? It's crazy. Yeah, the crowd is going along very well. So why can the audience sing so good? It's like a really musical crowd, or at least it sounds like it. It's pretty on point what they do. I also love that he gives the crowd the room to sing by themselves. I mean, he kind of said he composed it for that, but it's awesome. I like this atmosphere that's created through that. And it looks like he's really taking that in, that energy from the crowd. He's enjoying this atmosphere. Great drum fill. Drummer is going wild. incredibly big audience. I mean, the drummer seems to be enjoying hyping the crowd up as well. That was a song, or rather a performance, that gave me chills a lot of times. Yeah, just an awesome atmosphere. I now also get what Rosa means by just one sentence, because the song has one line that's repeated, but he delivers this one line in different ways, and yeah, by that once again shows his wide dynamic range. Yeah, from this very intimate soft delivery to full-throated belts with a lot of power, and yeah, I think one time almost shifting into some kind of cry. So these shifts in tone also give this one line different emotions, so to say. And obviously it's not just his delivery, but his singing develops with the structure of the song, the instrumentation, starting also very calmly with the piano, and then the song develops into a very impactful pop rock sound with different layers and everything, and that's sounding very big, but also very atmospheric and still emotional at the same time. And the building up to that point is just great. In that intense or more intense sections, more powerful section, I already mentioned it during the song, especially the drums stood out for me. That gave a lot of power with long and fast fills, and even after the song, the drummer got his moment of interacting with the crowd, hyping them up even more. I think that was nice to see too. The whole energy that's there in this stadium, I think, with a lot of people just enjoying being there, enjoying their idol or their favorite artist, and not just after the song, but also during the song. The audience played such an important role for this vibe, because Hua Chenyu even gave them the room to sing alone for quite a while. And I say it pretty often that I like it when like big crowds and many people just sing together, and it was so nice here again, also because they all seem to be amazing singers. I don't know, it sounded perfectly, and even Hua on stage seemed to enjoy it a lot, to just take this atmosphere in, to watch and listen to his fans interacting with him, to give him something back with a lot of energy. And especially because he said he composed and wrote this song, I think that must be an incredible feeling, having thousands of people singing that back to you. And he also mentioned that he wrote this song for these kinds of moments. And yeah, I think we could all see that it works very well. Now, the interpretation of the lyrics is, of course, a little harder if you just have one line. But I agree with Rosa, who said in the beginning that he says so much with just one sentence. And I also think it's a pretty cool stylistic element to just have this one sentence and give a lot of room to interpret the lyrics. And it's thought-provoking maybe, and probably everyone who reads or hears this has different thoughts about this, or thinks of different things and sees like different individual connections to their life. What I think is pretty obvious is that it's not about a literal fight, but it's a metaphor. And I think I talked about that a couple of times with Hua Chenyu songs, that I can see lyrics on different levels. On the one hand, on a like personal level, and on the other hand, on a societal level maybe. And for me, those are two things again that I was thinking about with this line. For one, on the societal level, it's more of an external thing, an external fight, maybe questioning why there isn't enough courage, for example, why we, accept different things that we probably know are wrong, why we don't fight against injustices, and why we stay silent a lot of times, and maybe why we don't stand up for things that actually matter, that are going on in this world, and that are definitely wrong. But on the other hand, it could also be this personal level, more like an internal thing or internal fight, maybe against fear, against your own anxiety, kind of asking why we sometimes give up before even trying. Maybe also a little bit of a fight against conformity, or also, and I think that works on both of these levels, and is something I can definitely relate to, the question why we sometimes avoid difficult conversations or confrontations. And I can relate to that, because I also just don't like conflicts or fights, and just like bad vibes in general. I always just want to try to have like a happy atmosphere where everybody gets along, and I try to avoid arguments a lot of times. I think you understand what I mean, and probably it's or maybe it's like that for a lot of people. I think some people really enjoy arguments and fighting and discussions, and I'm personally not a big fan of conflicts, even though I know sometimes like an honest dialogue or a discussion can be very important, and I know it's probably also necessary for change to talk to people, even though you maybe disagree on some things. Obviously on a personal level, for example in relationships or something, it's very important to be honest and to talk about what you're feeling, even though it might lead to a discussion, but only that way a relationship can grow, instead of just, I don't know, internalizing all those feelings and don't talk about it. But also on this social bigger level, it's sometimes important to talk to people, to get their point of view, to understand why they think in certain ways, even though you might disagree with that. But at the same time, I feel like in those discussions on that level over the last years, it developed in a bad way into every discussion, every disagreement being so emotionally charged, especially when it comes, for example, to political topics, that it's sometimes not even possible to just talk about facts or talk about like real arguments instead of emotional and a lot of times very populistic, I don't know, accusations and feelings certain people have, if you know what I mean. So I think even though it's just one line, it really gets you thinking. For me, it's on those two levels, showing that it needs courage to confront injustices, maybe also fears and uncomfortable truths in general, probably, and that it's probably not the solution to remain silent in challenging times. So I think it's an important message that I can personally relate to a lot, and a question that I have to ask myself more often, and maybe also something I need to include more into my life. Thank you very much, Rosa, for this request. This was another awesome Hua Chenyu song, another very creative concept. It's obviously a beautiful song, a beautiful sound, a great performance with the interaction with the crowd, how the audience sings. Very great experience, but also the concept in general is such a highlight for me, to just have this one sentence and you've seen it in the last minutes, to have this one sentence to be that thought-provoking and to have that message included in a song where the atmosphere fits very well to the vibe of starting to think, if you know what I mean. So it's overall just another great song, great performance, great experience. Please let me know what other songs by him I should check out, or if you have any other artists you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Takes its toll. Took them off, now the colors bleed.